Hey folks, this is old Texas Paul. I want to talk to you about Brittany Watts up in Warren, Ohio. She's being attacked by a predator prosecutor. For you to understand what's going on, you've got to have good information about what the situation is. Brittany Watts is a young woman. She is poor. She is poor. That is one of the reasons this prosecutor is attacking her. We'll get to more than that in just a minute. But she is poor. She couldn't really afford neonatal care. She's gone to the hospital for treatment, which was just financially devastating for her. She was pregnant. She was having complications. Her water broke. 3.5, 4 months, her water broke. That means that it's not going to make it. This pregnancy is not going to make it. This was a non-viable fetus. But they couldn't give her health care, folks. They couldn't. They couldn't do what we do for cows here in Texas. You know, if this happened to a cow, we would induce labor. We would remove that calf so that cow could be safe and live its best life in its best health, and possibly have more calves in the future. Up in Ohio, you can't do that for a woman, because these radicals, this guy by the name Luis Gutierrez, this predator prosecutor, and that's what he is a predator, is attacking Brittany Watts because, one, she's poor and can't fight back. She's poor and cannot fight back. That is a huge component of this. Two, she had a miscarriage. And guys, I know this isn't attractive, this isn't fun to talk about, but on the toilet is where a lot of miscarriages end up. That's where it happens. Women feel it happening, they go to the toilet. It's messy. It is. It's not a good thing that, they're not enjoying this, folks. And this is common. It's so common with miscarriages. This happens. Women know this. Talk to your women about this. This woman had a miscarriage. And like so many other women, she flushed the toilet. She went to the hospital twice. And neither time, knowing this was an unviable fetus, they kept having to send her home for this to happen. Because of these radicals, like this predator prosecutor, that are trying to change. They couldn't sell it to us, folks. They couldn't sell it to us through word of mouth and through talking to us and just conversation. So they're using laws to try to bully our society to move to their radical position. And the whole thing about this, the whole flim-flam, is they want to try to sell that an undeveloped fetus is the same thing as that beautiful little swaddled up baby that we get at the end of a successful pregnancy. That's it. That's the grift. That's the grift. That's why she's getting prosecuted for desecration of corpse. The prosecutor tries to say, well, it was big enough that it plugged the toilet. Well, let me tell you something. I'm late in life. I've lived beneath my means to my entire life so that I could afford to build a retirement home. And when I built this house, I put them toilets in that you can flush golf balls down. I could flush turd crews down my toilets. But you know what? I've lived in a lot of unattractive places, apartments, where if you peed in the toilet and threw a leaf of toilet paper down, it would clog. It would. So this guy's trying to say because her toilet clogged, that this unviable fetus is now a human being that is, falls under the laws that were never intended for this. These laws were never intended for this situation. We used to, as a society, understand this, that miscarriages happen. We did. We used to understand that not all pregnancies were going to be successful, but these radicals have taken that from us. These are the same people that stand outside abortion clinics and scream horrible things at women because they can't live in our reality. They can't live in reality and have their religion work. It doesn't function if women aren't second-class citizens, if they aren't subjugated. And that's what this is about. It's not about babies. They want to say, well, we're here to protect the children, the poor unborn babies. Well, no, they're not. Because these are the same people that fight us tooth and nail when we try to say, look, we want women to have more successful pregnancies. We want them to have neonatal care and health care. Oh, no, you're not. You're not going to do that. That's communism. You're a socialist. These are the same people that scream that crap are the same people standing outside these abortion clinics. They are. These are the church conservatives, folks. This is nothing to do with babies or anything. This is the grift of trying to call this undeveloped, unviable fetus a little swallowed up baby. And they found a victim in the herd, just like a predator does. You know, you've seen the lions attack the herds. They look for the one that's weaker. And that's who Brittany Watts is. So I have a suggestion for you folks. Join me. Be an old bull like me. Do to those lions what we do. Stomp them into the ground. Just stomp them into the ground. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm not. I'm talking about make this guy pay a price. If he won't be fired for this, if he's got these right-wing radical freaks protecting him to keep him in his job, let's put the right-wing radical freaks out of their job and then fire him. Let's make them pay a price for this. Circle around. Call yourself a silverback. Call yourself an old bull. Call yourself whatever you want. But they're coming for our women. They're trying to subjugate our women. And let me tell you something, folks. This view we have in this country about equal rights for women, that is not accepted worldwide. It isn't. This is a wonderful, rare thing that we have in our nation. In too many countries, they subjugate women to second-class citizens. And that's what they're trying to do here. Don't let them. Don't let them. They come for our women, make them pay a price. Be a good ally. Make them pay a price. We've got elections coming up. 2024, we have elections coming up. We're going to put abortion on the ballot. We are. And it's about cases like this. Brittany Watts could not get the health care that she would have normally gotten in any other situation before these radicals tried to shove their churches down our throat. Before they tried to force society through bullying to move to their position. Because I would tell you folks, even folks inside the churches aren't that radical. You know, your lay person inside a church that is a sheeple that goes along with these radicals, their radical leadership, most of them, if you pulled them aside, wouldn't even agree with that. So yeah, let's do this. Let's have this fight. Let's put this argument front and center. But first, let's protect Brittany. She's got to GoFundMe, help her out. She's got a good attorney in Ben Crump who's going to help her out. But this predator prosecutor's taking this to a grand jury. He's going to prosecute her. He's going to, because he thought he had a nice, weak target. Let's show him. Let's show him. Be a ride or die Democrat. This coming election, no matter what, you vote. I don't care what's going on in your life. The most important thing that's going to happen in your life in this next year is election day. I need you to be men. I need you to be those old bulls. I need you to be the ones that stomp the lions into the ground. You make sure your people get to the polls. And all these radicals that protect these prosecutors, out. I love you folks. This is Old Texas Paul. The way you do this doesn't start on election day. It starts now. Help us out. MeidasTouch is an amazing organization. They work incredibly hard, folks. They do. Hit the subscribe button. It's just basic. It's easy, but it helps us in the algorithm more than you can possibly know. It gets our content to the top of the feed. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. And you're going to see a commercial after this. If you can, help them out. Help Brittany out. Go to her GoFundMe. Help her out. That's what you do here, folks. That's your part of it. I love you, folks. This is Old Texas Paul out. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks so much for watching. We're only a few subscribers short of 2 million subs. Please subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel for free and help us grow this unapologetically pro-democracy network.